Hello, I wanted to show you guys this quick video. These two fellas on the screen right now, they are part of the Freedom Model team, so the people who are actual experts, right, where I learned my stuff from. These guys were ex-heavy drug and alcohol users, and now they're in a position where they can literally take it or leave it when it comes to drugs and alcohol, in the same way that I can take it or leave it with green tea or with internet porn, right? So I'm in a position with my internet porn use where I don't use it, I don't want to use it, and I don't feel like I need it. If I used it again, I could take it or leave it. It wouldn't addict me. I know that because addiction doesn't exist. And this mindset that I'm in is a lot more powerful than the no-fap paradigm of, oh, you've got to give up porn forever, you can never use it ever again, otherwise you're going to get re-addicted. I know that if I PMO again, nothing is going to happen to me because it's inconsequential. I don't view it to have magical powers. I view it literally in the same way as this. No big deal, okay? So what I want to basically, and if I was to PMO again, it wouldn't be a problem at all. But anyway, what's this guy's videos, right? They are giving an analogy of what the freedom model actually is, so that you guys can get I think this is a fantastic analogy. I've seen it already. You can really just see what the hell the process is, and hopefully you can basically just get a bit of a picture for it, see how it's different to NoFap, and I'm going to elaborate as well and explain how it's different from what you've been doing before and why this is basically way better. Trust me, guys, like, I'm in a position now where I don't have to fear porn. I was talking to a guy today on Telegram and I was like, I'm probably going to PMO again because I need to actually scientifically understand what's going on with PMO. And he's like, no, don't do it, dude. Don't risk it. Don't do it. It doesn't matter if it's for science. Like, you shouldn't do that because it's dangerous. You're going to get re-addicted. And I was like, my friend, addiction doesn't exist. And now that I am not a believer in addiction, and now that I'm not a believer in the inflated value of PMO, it cannot hook me again. It can't do it. It couldn't do that anyway. It was me the whole damn time. Anyway, let's go.
Can anybody explain in short to me what the freedom model is all about? I know we've discussed answers to this before. I think more than one time. So, and I think I remembered yours, but if you still have it, go ahead.
Yeah, well, I like to explain the freedom model.
This guy on the right, by the way, he's fantastic at explaining things. And this is really good. Okay, get excited.
Through the metaphor of the GPS, right? So imagine you're on this road and you're driving down the road. It's really late at night. You can't see in front of you. And the GPS is telling you turn right. So you turn right, turn left, and so on and so forth. And all of a sudden, you're following the GPS's instructions, and boom, you end up in a ditch. And you're thinking, like, what the hell? How did I end up in a ditch? I followed the instructions of the GPS. And so the first instinct would be to think that there's something wrong with your GPS, that your GPS broke, that it's had some sort of malfunction, some sort of failure. And that's usually that's the common advice, right? That's the common knowledge is when things fail, the problem was with the GPS. But what if the problem had nothing to do with the GPS and your maps were simply out of date? Right. Well, at that point, all you need to do is connect with the server, download the new maps, and update your GPS, and then get out of the ditch, get back on the road, and everything's fine because your GPS was working fine. So you can get back on the road and drive properly. Now, if you thought that the GPS was a problem, well, now you're on this dark road and you can't see anything, right? So you have to get out of the ditch, and how are you going to make your way home, right? It's virtually impossible, and you can't even trust your GPS. So the point being that the freedom model is all about updating your maps, updating your knowledge when it comes to substances and substance use, right? All this other stuff out there is telling you that you're the problem, that there's something dysfunctional with you, that you're broken as a person, that your thinking skills are off, that there's something wrong with your way of seeing the world. Whether as with the freedom model, it's like, no, you're basing everything you're doing on incorrect information. So let's update that information. And once you have the correct information, you'll be able to make decisions that you'll be happier with, not because you've magically learned to make better decisions in your life, but because you're basing your decisions on correct information. So that's really how I look at the freedom model. It's an update, an upgrade in the information, because a lot of the information that's out there, if you believe that, the odds are you're going to land in a ditch, right? We tell people, do not.
I was in that ditch for years, and so are you probably. So this is a problem of having shitty information, not a problem with your brain. You haven't got anything wrong with your computer. Your computer's up here, yeah, your brain. You don't have anything wrong with your computer, your GPS. You've just got the incorrect software installed. How have you got the incorrect software installed? Because you've been following guys online like Andrew Huberman, Hamza, Dr. Trish Lee, Healthy Gamer GG. Honestly, 99. I'm not joking. Probably like 95%, 99% of people, 99 to 95% of life, of advice on the on Reddit and everything. It's all wrong.
Not go and try to moderate if you believe there is such a thing as an addict.
Let's go back. Listen to this.
People do not go and try to moderate if you believe there is such a thing as an addict.
Yeah, if you believe there's such thing as an addict, if you believe that you can be addicted, you shouldn't try to moderate. So for me, I know that I can PMO as many times as I like, and I'm not going to get re-addicted because I know I was never an addict. I was doing it the whole time, dude.
If you believe in this magic of addiction, that people get hooked and that they are compelled to do things that they shouldn't, well, don't go out there trying to moderate, because deep down you think that you could turn into a zombie.
Yes. So if you believe that to any part, you shouldn't try to moderate PMO.
And if you believe that, the odds are in the favor.
And by the way, guys, I prefer abstinence. Like I'm saying I'm going to PMO again to like experiment with, because this is my work now. Like I want to really understand this stuff and I need more of a first person perspective on it. I prefer being abstinent. This is going to be a chore for me. I don't want to do it. It's going to I want to do it for the scientific stuff that I want to understand, but I won't feel good doing it. I don't want to do it. It's like I'm having to almost force myself into it. I want to be abstinent, and that's not me saying, oh, I really wish I wanted to have a day 90 nofap streak. I've already had it. I don't care. It's not a problem to me. I know I'm not an addict. I know I haven't got a problem. I know that PMO is harmless, but that just because it's harmless to me doesn't mean it'll be harmless to you. And that's not me saying, oh, I'm fundamentally different or better than you. I'm saying my software has been upgraded, and you can upgrade your software too. It's not that my hardware is better than your hardware. We have the same hardware with the same brain. It's just that the stuff that you've installed has been poisonous stuff, and I had this stuff poisoned too. Back in the day, back in the day, 6 years ago, 5 years ago, a lot of it was these these YouTubers and these Reddit stuff. And I bought courses, man. I bought nofap courses for hundreds of pounds, and it just made everything a bit more confusing. So, but the good news is Freedom Model is free. If you click my link, it'll be free. Not my link, by the way, it's their link, but I've repasted it in my description box, and you can watch these podcasts that they do. They're really good.
Favor of you ending up being a zombie, So yeah, that's the way I explain the freedom model to people. I just go through the GPS metaphor with them, and most people seem to understand exactly what I mean.
Okay, let's go. Put me in the middle here now. So, to conclude, all right, PMO. The reason why you keep going back to it again and again isn't because you've got something wrong with your brain. It isn't because you've got a dopamine habit. It's not because you've leveled up the skill of PMOing, as Hamza would say. That's a load of rubbish. I've leveled up the skill of tea drinking since I was 14. Could I stop tea tomorrow if I wanted to? Absolutely. It's not a big deal for me. Why? Because tea just doesn't mean that much to me. It's not a big deal. I really like it. And you're like, okay, go on then, quit tea tomorrow. I don't want to. I don't want to. I like it. But if I found out that it was causing me harm, I would quit instantly. It wouldn't be a problem. The problem with the PMO stuff is you believe in this dopamine stuff. Most of you guys, if you're having this problem, you're probably believing in the dopamine myth. You're probably believing in stress relief powers of PMO, the powers of PMO to kind of take you away for a bit, right? Which it can't do, even temporarily. It cannot do that. And really, the only place that you're going to understand this is in the freedom model and in the books that I've linked below. There's probably more books about it, but these are the best sources that I've found. The freedom model is the best one. It's the best quit porn book. It's the best quit alcohol book. It's the best quit anything book. It's the only one that's actually deconstructed the addiction myth to the point where you don't have the problem anymore. You can't fix your shoe if the shoe doesn't begin with to exist. You can't solve addiction. Addiction doesn't exist. You can't solve a non-existent problem. But guess what? You can't solve a non-existent problem. But guess what that also means? It means the problem doesn't exist. Do you understand? So this book is more like showing you that the problem doesn't exist. And when you know the problem doesn't exist, the problem doesn't exist anymore. You can't get re-addicted. You can't relapse. You can't, it's not possible. It isn't possible when you don't believe in it. It's only possible when you believe in it. And that's not because the substance gains powers due to your belief. It's your belief and your belief alone. The substance is inert. The PMO video is lifeless. It's no different to a YouTube video. And MOing is like, all it is that physical buzz, and that isn't actually that good once you remove all of the magic that you bake into it, like, oh, it relieves my negative stress, it takes me away for a while. It can't do that. You're doing that. And because you're doing it, you can do it without the PMO. You don't need that unnecessary intermediary step. Okay? But this video is very good because, and if you want the link or whatever, just type in the Freedom Model. It's this one, live Q&A on the 9th of July 2022. All right? So you can, or that might even be the 7th of the September because this is American dating, right? Yankees. So you can binge these guys' channel by all means. They haven't got that many subs, but a lot of you guys will look at this and you'll be like, oh, Hamza's got millions of subs. Freedom Model has 1.5k. Why would I listen to them? The number of subs has no impact on how true something is because Adolf Hitler had so many followers. Stalin had so many followers. All cult leaders have had a shitload of followers. Hamza's cult is no different. And cults are based on wrong information. So what I'm saying is wrong information spreads probably more than truth because with the addiction myth, it's self-propagating. As soon as you believe in it, it becomes true and therefore it propagates loads. So don't look at the low subscriber count and be like, oh, don't take the low subscriber count as an indication of falsehood or non-trustworthiness. In fact, it tends to be the opposite. The best advice that I've gotten on YouTube has come from small YouTubers because I look at my channel, so I'm on 450 subs and this is the only true quit PMO advice you'll see on the internet. Like most of it is trash, but these guys are better than me. This is where I got in my information from. I'm a young dude, like these guys, look how, I'm not meaning no offense, but these guys are clearly far older than me and they have far more experience teaching it and coaching it, and what they're teaching is for drugs and alcohol, but it's completely cross-applicable, guys. It's completely cross-applicable. So don't follow Hamza and Andrew Huberman. Follow this. And when I'm saying follow, I don't mean blindly believe dogmatically. I mean listen to the advice and see if it gels with you. See if it makes actual sense. You'll find after watching Hamza's videos enough, it makes no fucking sense because you just turn into a zombie who's like now addicted to dopamine or something. It's ludicrous. That's not even how the world works. That's just your own Hamza belief that he's convinced you of. And unfortunately, you now have guys like Huberman who are actually reinforcing the belief. And the mainstream dopamine belief is false as well. This is the problem. It's now mainstream, so it's fucked. The truth is actually in this 1.5k subscriber teeny channel. Who'd have thought? And I found this book in the Easy Peasy subreddit. No, Discord. And it was just a tiny little book. It hasn't got that many reviews. It has got good reviews on Amazon, but it hasn't got that many. And I don't think these guys put that much effort into their marketing, which they definitely should. So go check these guys out on YouTube as well as the book. Read their book, of course. It will be in my channel description. So if you go on the description of this video, you can check it out. But yeah, honestly, you just need that book. And message me on Telegram if you have any questions. I'm probably going to create a Discord soon. So that will be fun. But I really just need to do a bit more researching. As I said, I'm going to experiment with PMO more because I need to understand it more. But this is by no means me going back to PMO. I know there's no addiction. There's no reason for me to continue. It would be like me going back to junior school. Like, what's the point? I've got no reason to go back there. It doesn't add to my life. I don't want to do it. It doesn't even feel good in the moment. What do you want me to say? Like, so yeah, that's it. Get educated on this stuff, guys. If you really want to quit this stuff, get educated on it, learn about it, and don't believe it dogmatically. Question it, learn. You'll change your software, you'll change your beliefs to the point where you literally can take it or leave it, and it's a great position to be in, let me tell you. It's a great position, alright? I want this for you. I really want this for you. And I know you can get it. because I got it and it's true, so you can get it. We're all the same human. We all have the same hardware. It's just that we've got different software, and software is soft. It can be changed. It's malleable. It can be changed. You can change your beliefs. You can exit this cult of Hamza. You can exit this cult of dopamine, this cult of special powers of PMO, and you can join sanity for once, right?